Hello and good evening. My name is Sarah, and if you caught my stories earlier on Instagram or on Facebook, I had asked you guys to take a guess of which curly products I was using. If you've been following me for a while, you know that when I started working with Synergence, I realized that I had been taking care of my skin completely incorrectly. So I started to wonder if perhaps it wasn't the same for my hair. So I started to try to take care of my hair more naturally, let it be in its natural state. I was trying not to use heat on it. Comes to find out, I actually have some curly hair going on. So I had all of these curly products in my closet, or not my closet, in my bathroom, and I pulled them out and asked you guys to guess which products I was going to use. And I'm going to say I used almost none of it. And I'll get to why I say almost in a second. So even when a curly product says sulfate free, you have to be careful, because if you look on the back, and I had some L'Oreal Evercurl sulfate free, paraben free, sounds so wonderful, right? Well, the second ingredient, and you know they list the ingredients by how much is in the bottle. So the second ingredient was another name for sodium lauryl sulfate. So it wasn't a sulfate, it was another name. So they get away with it because it's called something else. So you have to be careful with that. I looked up all of the products in my bathroom at curlsbot.com. That's curlsbot.com. And almost all of them failed miserably. Now I have some InnerSense coming, which is a brand that I've heard a lot of great things about, and it's great for curly hair, and it's better products, better ingredients, but it's not here yet, and my hair needed to be washed. So I started going through the group on Facebook that I have recently joined. It's called #CurlyConnections. Excuse me. So I went through there, and I did a little bit of research on Google, just to try to find what products around the house can be used to cleanse and condition curly hair. So I found a couple products, and I went through the process. So what I did was, and this is part of why I said almost none of it, I did use the sulfate-free shampoo just to cleanse my hair, but I did it upside down in the sink with cold water, and I concentrated that right at the scalp. So when you're upside down, you can really get in there at the scalp, and I just kept it right there. And then I rinsed that completely out. Then I'm going to flip you guys around here for a second. I did a rinse with 1-to-4 ratio of apple cider vinegar and water. And I rinsed my hair, and I re-rinsed, and I scrunched, and I rinsed. And I think I rinsed that pretty much out. And then I did this kind of oil treatment, sort of, with 2 tablespoons of this Simply Balanced organic unrefined virgin coconut oil, 5 drops of Nangai oil. It's a Senoderm by Synergence product. Nangai comes from the Nangai nut, which is found on the islands of Vanuatu, and it has the only naturally occurring triglyceride that is known currently. So I did 2 tablespoons of this, 5 drops of this, and then 3 drops of lavender essential oil, and I used the bowl method, which, if you are new to taking care of curls, is basically just like gliding your hands down with the product. And I've got a bowl in the sink, so I would glide them down, and all of the product would get into my hair, down on my ends, and then into the bowl. And then I could take the bowl and lean my curls into it, so my curls are getting fully saturated in all of that yummy hydration goodness. And then I would scrunch them, and then I would do it again. and I'm keeping all of that product that's falling off of my hair in the bowl. So I'm able to save a lot of product that way. So then I plopped, which is just essentially what it sounds like, plopping your head onto a t-shirt, and wrapped it up on top of my head for maybe 5 minutes. Then I went back to the sink and I rinsed most of that oil concoction off of my scalp, but I wasn't too worried about whether I got it all off the ends. Then I took some of this Simply Balanced refined grapeseed oil and I glided. So when you glide, you're grabbing a clump of hair and kind of like gently rubbing, pulling down, not like pulling, but just down the length of your hair. So I did that with grapeseed oil and really pushed that into my hair follicle or my hair cuticles with some extra water. And when I was done with that, I sprayed, I don't know if you can actually see this bottle, but this is the Senederm by Senegen's Hydrating Facial Serum Mist. So yes, it is a facial serum. It's a wonderful facial serum, and I use it often. However, I looked up the ingredients on that Curlsbot website I told you guys about, and there's nothing in here that is not Curly Girl approved. So I figured if all the ingredients are Curly Girl approved and it's great for my skin, why not try it on my hair? Your hair is dying for moisture, right? So I kind of scrunched this into my hair, and then with the grapeseed oil and that hydrating mist scrunched into my hair, I plopped again for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I went back to the sink. I rinsed my scalp again, scrunched in a little bit more water into my curls, tried to form as many big curls as I could, and then I went into the fridge and I grabbed my Trader Joe's Pure Aloe Vera Gel. It's 99% pure aloe vera gel, and I just rubbed that in, and I used, it's called prayer hands, because you put your hair in between your hands and glide your hands down, and your hands are like in a praying motion. And then I scrunched it up to kind of encourage the curl. And then the very last thing I did, again, where I say I almost used nothing. This Herbal Essence Set Me Up, Hold Me Softly Hairspray Fixative. I looked these ingredients up, and there is a silicone in here, but it's water soluble. So it said it might work for some people, but for other people it might not work. So I used a little bit of that at the very end, and just to kind of like as a, oh gosh, what do they call it? Sealer. So I used that a little bit at the end as a sealer, and then I diffused my hair until it was about 80% dry. Then I just let it air dry for the most part. Now, I think it's probably like 98% dry now. But it is just about bedtime for me. So I'm just going to leave this up. I've just got it up in like 3 claw clips, but it's up high enough on my head that I don't disrupt the curl pattern very much while I'm sleeping. So I'm going to leave this up, and then I'll take it down and probably do a really light refresh in the morning just to kind of wake my curls up, and we'll see what the outcome looks like. If you guys want a list of any of the products used here tonight, please hit me up. If you want to get your hands on some of the Nangai oil or the hydrating facial mist, PM me and I can hook you up with that. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. So, yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful night, and make sure you're doing everything for love. Talk to you soon. Bye.